another episode of Who Would Win, a show that completely ignores anything important happening in the world and instead focuses on a fictional battle between characters from the worlds of comics, sci-fi, and fantasy. I'm your host, James Gavsie. As always, I'm joined by the one and only Eric Holmes. In today's episode, the ultimate Spartan super soldier slams into one of the galaxy's most legendary bounty hunters. In one corner, rep by Eric Holmes, is Master Chief, the UNSC's deadliest weapon, a genetically enhanced Spartan-II super soldier encased in MJOLNIR power armor, armed with humanity's most advanced weaponry and backed by the genius AI Cortana. And in the other corner, rep by James Gavsie, the Mandalorian Din Djarin, the stoic warrior clad in Beskar armor, armed with an arsenal of exotic Mandalorian weapons, a jetpack, and sometimes accompanied by the mysterious force-sensitive child Grogu. As usual, I ran the patented Who Would Win Google test just to see how many times this matchup has been discussed online. And not only has this matchup been discussed many times, but there's been some interesting theories about who would actually win this, depending on what actually comes into play for these two characters. Something really intriguing, because this is going to come up in today's episode for sure. Eric, I got to know, what are your thoughts on today's matchup?
It's going to be a beautiful thing and a beautiful battle, a necessary one that's going to go down to the wire.
What, are you like a Klingon or something? You're saying like this is like a beautiful thing, kind of? Yeah.
Yes, I'm seeing beauty everywhere in it. So that's my thoughts on it.
You see beauty everywhere. Okay, interesting. Is there one of these franchises that you like more than the other?
All I know is all about Halo, baby. That's it. So, Master Chief.
Got it. You've never heard of the Mandalorian?
Nah,
really? Star Wars.
That little friend with him. What's the little buddy of his?
Yeah, the Baby Yoda until they called him Grogu. Yeah. I actually think Baby Yoda would have been a better name, but you know, that's just a me thing. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going to happen. Let's bring in our judge. You know who he is. It's the unofficial, official, yet still unofficial mayor of Beverly Hills. It is the official, unofficial, but kind of official spokesperson for Erewhon. It's the one, the only, it's Judge Tadeo. Judge Tadeo, welcome back to Who Would Win.
You know, it's always a great day when we're here at just tearing it up. You know, bringing the vividness to life from your imagination to our words and to your screen. So I'm super excited. You know, you all have some work ahead of you, because I'm not that familiar with these franchises as one may suspect. So I'm going to need some true details and grit, and I'm here to learn and then render the truthful and ultimate decision.
Perfect place for it.
This is interesting because people, continue to make fun of me. That's my face, mind you. But about how little I'm actually involved and know about video games and video game franchises. But even I know all about Halo. And of course, there's Star Wars, which I know about a billion things about. Are you saying you don't know that much about either one of these franchises? Really?
My experience with Halo, one of my most coveted phone apps is the Paramount app, which I get $6.99 a month. That's a steal. But anyways, I did see Master Chief and Halo. I gave up on them when they didn't reproduce or continue the series, saying it was not cost effective. So I got one season of Halo under my belt. In Star Wars, I don't think we're referring to the original Empire Strikes Back. So that's the extent of my knowledge in that realm.
I appreciate the honesty.
Always.
You know, you don't have a lot of time to kind of watch TV and get into films and play video games with all of your official responsibilities as mayor of Beverly Hills.
Busy man.
I'm going to put you on the spot. By the way, someone's asked me, what does Tadeo do as the mayor of Beverly Hills? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm asking you, what are your job responsibilities?
Let me explain. I make the neighborhood safe, enjoyable, and continue with its fame. You know, most famous zip code in the entire planet. And you just walk around, you see the smiles, you see the comfort, you see the safety, and I'm the one providing most of that. Yeah, so
that's the guy.
That's the wow.
The man.
Yeah.
The property values of Beverly Hills have stayed consistently high.
Yes.
Right?
Moved in there.
Well, especially then Tadeo moved in, and then everything like tripled overnight.
Skyrocketed.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm not even allowed to go to Beverly Hills. Like I walk in, and all of a sudden the police are like, "We're sorry, sir. You just don't have what it takes to be here. Get the hell out.
No,
and then
I'll talk to the chief.
Well,
You're welcome.
I
Yeah,
say
I'll
friend
talk
of
to the
today,
chief,
and they're
yeah.
like, great. That's why we're not gonna, do something horrible to you. But yeah, I mean, it's a thing. You hold such influence. You've done so many great things. Judge Tadeo, there's a number of people running for mayor of LA
Yes.
right now,
Oh, yeah.
and
very contentious.
very
times.
contentious.
Very
Things
tough.
are dramatic.
Oh, yes.
Emotions are running high. Birds are flying backwards. Crazy things are happening. What's your platform here? And when you run, not a lot of people know you're running for mayor of LA.
They don't know yet.
What do you think? How are you going to change LA for the better? What's going to happen once we vote for Mayor Tadeo?
Well, first and foremost, safety.
Yeah.
And second of all, 6-packs. So I'm offering safety and 6-packs. So if you want to look, it's summer year round. So we got a double S. We have to have a slogan that just resonates with the people. Safety and 6-packs. Who doesn't want to be safe with their kids? And who doesn't want to be a 6-pack? We're the only place in the world where it's summer year round. That's my premise.
Now,
That's it.
Just to
Simple.
clarify for those people who may not be, working out all the time,
Yeah.
maybe listening from different parts of the country other than LA or Venice or the beach, whatever.
Or the world.
Yeah, today I was not offering you a 6-pack of beer.
Oh, so-
to vote for him. That's
thank
not
you
what's
for the
happening
clarity.
right now.
Oh, my
He's saying he will task you with having you have to have a 6-pack
Yes.
to live in the city. What happens if someone doesn't have a 6-pack? What kind of wrath do you just unload on them?
You could get banished to San Bernardino.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's cold. I'm just ruthless. Or Palmdale. I'm
wow.
just kidding. I'm going all there. I'm sending you to the suburbs.
I mean,
Sorry about that.
I mean, that has.
Oh, that's
Wow.
tough.
I
thought I was a benevolent leader until I said that, but I meant it.
Yeah, I drove.
We say you can take what to San Bernardino?
Shipping those without a 6-pack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anybody not doing safe things or no 6-pack, I got a one-way ticket for you.
This from shredded folks in the IE and the AV.
I actually think that's pretty horrible, but okay. I think you either have a 6-pack, which means you're healthy,
Yeah.
maybe, and you're doing the right thing, or go to San Bernardino, which I drove through last weekend.
Ooh, wow.
Very
Sorry.
fast, by the way.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what happens if Judge Tadeo is going to actually win by a landslide, which I predict he will. But before we do that, let's get to today's battle, where I have to go over the basics of a who would win match. Now, each debater will make 3 points. Keep in mind that the who would win match is a random encounter in a neutral location with no prior knowledge or prep time allowed. And the debater has to stay within the confines of the character. And when it comes to determining the winner, it's the judge who has the final say and will determine which character lost based on death, incapacitation, or battlefield removal with no outside interference being allowed. Remember, the bottom line to who would win match is that for one side to get the win, their opponent must be somehow incapacitated for a minimum of 2 minutes where they pose no threat whatsoever. And before we get started, we need to thank our sponsor for today's episode, Comic Crusaders. If you love comics, pop culture, and real conversations with the people actually making the magic happen, you got to check out Comic Crusaders. From indie legends on the rise to industry heavy hitters, Comic Crusaders pulls back the curtain and takes you inside and behind the stories. Hosted by the one and only Al Mega, one of the greatest minds in geek culture, he does interviews, reviews, reactions, and straight up has the passion for the culture like no one else. And here's the best part. Comic Crusaders has been doing this for 20 years strong. That's not hype, that's legacy. So if you want to discover your next favorite comic, meet the creators before they blow up, and even when they've made it, or just vibe with the community that actually loves this culture, go to comiccrusaders.com. That's comiccrusaders.com. Trust me, once you tap in, you're part of the crusade. I love that last line.
And that tagline, I wish you had invented it because you could
that was Al
patent it.
Mega. He's a genius.
He truly is. But I'm on the website now, and they have some really awesome apparel. It's really cool. Well done.
Al Mega does music. He does apparel. He does the interviews. He does the website. This guy has so much talent. It's ridiculous, which is why you got to go check out comiccrusaders.com right now.
Absolutely.
I'm there.
And be part of the crusade.
I'm
Just be
already
part of the
there.
crusade. That's it. I love it. All right. And now let's get to the tail of the tape for both of our combatants. Eric, please give us the details for Master Chief.
Absolutely. So Master Chief forged in the fires of the human covenant war. Master Chief is the pinnacle of human military engineering, folks. A Spartan-II supersoldier, a next generation MJOLNIR armor that boosts strength, speed, and durability to superhuman levels. He's survived glass planets, flood outbreaks, and taken on entire Covenant armies. With an energy shield, recharging armor, and one of the most brilliant tactical minds in fiction, Chief is a one-man army who gets the job done, no matter the odds.
Well done, Eric. And here are the details for The Mandalorian. A battle-hardened bounty hunter raised in Mandalorian culture, Din Djarin is a survivor who has faced down Imperial remnants, bounty hunter guilds, and dark side threats. Clad in Beskar armor that can stop blaster bolts and lightsabers, he's a master of weapons from flamethrowers, vibroblades, and even has a jetpack, and he's not alone. He has Grogu, a powerful force user who can lift enemies, block attacks, and provide crucial support. The Mandalorian is exactly who you think he is, kind of this lone warrior, mysterious ways, who somehow just has to take and endure crazy amounts of punishment, figure out a way to win, because he usually does. And now you have the facts on both opponents today. Do you have any questions before we get started?
I do. Is the Mandalorian the billboards I'm seeing everywhere with Baby Yoda?
100%. And that has no coincidence or relevance whatsoever for why we're using the Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters soon in today's battle.
There you go.
Okay, so that clarified that. And I have a gripe with you, Eric.
No.
I do have a gripe. This Halo, I was intrigued, enthralled with this series, sitting on my Paramount app on the big screen, and then they didn't renew the series. They didn't renew it. So I want you to make a call to Paramount, tell them to get the budget together, and I need season 2. Fair?
Done.
Right,
for you, anything for our Judge Tadeo. Yes, the one and only. Done.
Yeah, I got some sad news for you, by the way. It was canceled a while ago. It wasn't, wasn't like it was just canceled.
James,
sorry.
Stop. I'm gonna make a call.
I live in my bubble of happiness. I don't look at dates and time. I don't even know the year.
I'm making a call right now for you, brother.
That's fair.
Don't you worry.
You can ask Eric to renew like another series if you want. Is there another series that's more timely that you may want him to do? Like, do you want like another, I don't know, season of like
Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell?
Well, yeah. If Zach Morris is the lead, of course.
Baywatch.
That's cool.
Baywatch.
That's cool. Hey,
Baywatch. That was.
I always called it Babe Watch.
Wow. I can do with that
That's
again.
the genius of Eric Holmes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so I got some weird news about Saved by the Bell. That was canceled a while ago, so Eric can't save that show either.
James,
man, things. What happened to the world?
You know what it is? I think it's just Eric lets us down. He means he has great intentions. He says he can do things. And he just doesn't have the power to make it happen.
No, Tadeo likes the good stuff, is what it is.
That's true.
That's why we're going to get this battle going.
That's true. All right, fair enough. All right, let's get this battle going. Eric, here's your point number 1.
Yeah, so I would like to get into all of the many different superhuman physicals and armor and arsenal of the one and only Master Chief. So let's start with the fundamentals. Master Chief is not a normal human. He is a genetically augmented Spartan-II super soldier standing 7 feet tall, weighing 1,000+ pounds in armor and weighing over half a ton. So there you go. His MJOLNIR Mark 6 armor features energy shields that can tank plasma bolts, needler rounds, and even direct hits from rocket launchers before they fail. And those shields recharge in seconds, people, as long as he's not taking constant fire. All right? But we're not done yet. So we've seen him, we've seen him survive atmospheric re-entry while barely even conscious, getting slammed through concrete walls and keep fighting after being impaled. In terms of raw strength, he flips Warthog vehicles, punches elite singly into the dirt, and rips apart Covenant machinery with his bare hands. His speed and reflexes are so sharp, he can dodge incoming plasma fire at close range and outrun flood-infected Marines. Now, the arsenal. Here we go. Chief literally has access to the UNSC's best. We're talking M85C assault rifle with grenade launchers, the SRS-99 sniper rifle that can literally drop targets from over a kilometer away. He has the Spanker rocket launchers, frag grenades, and plasma weapons that he picks up on the fly, by the way. So he's equally deadly at long range, mid range, and in close, brutal quarters of combat. So this isn't just firepower. It's overwhelming, versatile, sustained firepower backed by a super soldier on top of that who literally refuses to stay down. All that is my point number 1, James.
All right, great stuff. He's a super soldier from the future, by the way. Just massive. How tall is he, and how much does he weigh outside of armor?
7 feet, 1,000 pounds.
Like, that's outside of armor.
Outside of armor. 7'2", 287 outside of his armor.
Got it. I've dated bigger. The thing is that with all of this, it's what's that? Who hasn't, right?
That's awesome.
I mean, that's just. What's that?
Is she single? That sounds like a lady.
I think it was more of a shaved bear that was walking on two legs. Anyway, it was a rough night in Northern Ontario.
Fair.
What I'm trying to say is that not only have I dealt with much bigger people than that, so has the Mandalorian. So the Mandalorian's been across the galaxy and dealt with massive creatures, what's that? Wookiees, Jabba the Hutt type of creatures, the Hutts or whatever. I mean, crazy monsters, the whole thing. This is, being big and strong is not something the Mandalorian hasn't encountered and overcome many, many times before. And in terms of the weapons of Master Chief, they're awesome. But how do they compare to the Mandalorian's weapons? Well, let's find out. Okay. For my point number one, let's talk about, the really cool stuff that the Mandalorian has, his Beskar armor and his deadly arsenal. So let's get right into it. The Mandalorian isn't just some hired gun, by the way. He's not just a bounty hunter. He's a walking tank wrapped in pure Mandalorian steel, otherwise known as Beskar. So his Beskar armor is forged from the strongest materials in the galaxy. It can shrug off blaster bolts. It's actually resistant to lightsaber strikes. It can even tank direct hits from heavy weaponry that would shred anything else. We've seen it stop explosions, survive point-blank thermal detonators, and keep Din Djarin in the fight after crashes from ships that would have turned him into red paste in any other situation. But it's not just the armor. That jetpack changes everything. So he's got true three-dimensional mobility. He can rocket straight up, hover for perfect shots, or blitz across the battlefield faster than a ground pounder can track. Master Chief, look, he's a powerhouse on foot, but he's never had to deal with an opponent who can reposition in the air that fast while raining down absolute hell. And the arsenal, this is the fun part. So Mandalorian has crazy stuff. He's got something called the Whistling Birds. It's a set of small little missiles in his gauntlet that can also, register targets. So all of a sudden he blasts them and a whole bunch of them come out. It sounds like whistling birds as they go in and absolutely shred and destroy whatever they hit. He's got an Ambin phase pulse rifle that disintegrates everything. To keep this in perspective, the Empire, both the rebels and the Empire said, we cannot have disintegration type weapons. They're too dangerous. They change everything. When the rebellion and the Empire have to agree that a weapon is too dangerous, it's insane. And that's what the Mandalorian has. And that's something Master Chief hasn't encountered before. An absolute, disintegrator, and that disintegrates anything it hits. He's got a flamethrower for close range, crowd control as they call it, vibro blades that can cut through almost any type of materials, a grappling line for yanking enemies off balance or closing distance instantly. Look, this is a precision killer who adapts on the fly, switching from long-range sniping to brutal close-quarter combat without missing a beat. This isn't brute force versus, someone who's kind of good. He's fighting someone who's versatile, unpredictable. He's got high mobility, firepower, backed by armor that laughs at conventional bullets and energy weapons, things that Master Chief relies on that the Mandalorian can just shrug off like it's no one's business. All of that's my point number one.
Whew. So the Mandalorian has a lot of advantages that you've mentioned here, okay? But Master Chief still wins because all of Mandalorian's advantages don't secure a finish, my friend. So Beskar is durable, but not indestructible, and sustained explosives, which we all know that Master Chief has a lot of, and or anti-armor weapons like rockets and sniper fire can overwhelm the Mandalorian, okay? So the jetpack gives mobility, but it also creates predictable movement that a Spartan can track, especially one experienced against airborne targets like Master Chief. So Chief's shields, his reflexes, and his heavy weapons let him endure and adapt. And once he closes the distance, the Mandalorian can't match his strength or his sustained combat, James. That's my rebuttal.
Wow, interesting. I don't know if I agree with that. But again, it doesn't matter what I think. Let's start to the judge. Judge, today, we've heard 1 point from both Eric and myself. Where's your head at so far with this battle?
I'm curious as to the Mandalorian size. Eric went into great detail, 7 feet, half ton. What about the Mandalorian?
Well, the Mandalorian, based off Pedro Pascal, who plays him, is standing at a hefty, probably 5'10". Okay. And probably like 185, maybe 190.
Okay.
Wet.
Okay, that's fair. So you saying
Where did that come from? What?
No, like if he's wet in like wet clothes, he's a little heavier. What was your mind go to?
I don't know, but I'm too afraid to ever check your browsing history with just that, wet. I'm like,
it just says wet.
yeah. I also asked like how you like your pizza, and you looked at me like wet, and I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't understand what you just said. That's all I'm trying to say. Your mind just thinks at a high level.
Oh, thanks, James.
and then tell me about Master Chief. Does this suit of this armor, does it propel him? Does he fly? What does the suit do?
Oh, I mean the protection that he has, just his capability of all the explosives he can take. He can tank weapons that are fired at him. So it's a powerful suit that he possesses. And has
I will add something. Two things. Number one, he can't fly, but he can jump much higher and much further with it.
Okay.
And it kind of enhances already super soldier, right? If I'm not mistaken. It also provides 24/7 protection for any credit card or purchase online.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
it's nice. So it's a double form of protection. One's greater than the other.
So he has an 800 credit score.
It's a
very
powerful
nice.
suit.
Okay, it's always never bad to know that. Yeah.
You never know. He can qualify for a mortgage like no one's business.
Oh,
It's
nice.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay. That might come in handy in some battles with a woman or wife or ex-wife, but okay. I'll see if I can use that on this battle.
Wow. Brought to you by Vagisil.
There it is.
All
My
right.
favorite.
This is good. I understand what you're saying. Let's see what happens. Eric, here's your point number 2.
So yes, I want to get into Chief's combat experience and his tactical dominance. Okay, so he doesn't just fight battles; he ends wars. For over 30 years, this guy got a solid resume. He's been the tip of the spear against the Covenant, the Flood, and the Prometheans. Think about the Battle of Reach. So Chief fought through entire Covenant fleets and armies while the planet was being glassed around him. He boarded a Covenant flagship alone, planted a nuke, and walked away. On the Halo ring itself, he stopped the Flood from escaping and destroyed a Forerunner installation that could have wiped out all of life. So tactically, Chief is a genius. He uses every piece of the environment, whether it's blowing up fuel lines to create massive explosions, on Installation 04, using overturned vehicles as cover on New Mombasa, or hijacking enemy scarabs and turning their own weapons against them. He adapts instantly. When his ammo runs low, he dual wields plasma rifles or grabs a brute gravity hammer and turns it into an advantage. So he keeps ice cold composure even when facing impossible odds. While normal soldiers will panic against the Flood, Chief methodically clears entire hives. That sustained tactical warfare, layered experience across every type of battlefield, and ability to fight for hours without breaking is what separates Master Chief from the Mandalorian and from every other soldier in fiction. All that's my point number 2.
Okay, I'm going to give you a point for something. I actually do think when it comes to endurance, like physical endurance, and physical strength, and physical durability, just as a person-to-person kind of thing, Master Chief has it all over the Mandalorian. Right? Taking both out of the armor. Yeah, the Master Chief has got it all over this guy. But add the Beskar that can tank lightsaber blasts. I don't think MJOLNIR armor can tank a lightsaber. And I also don't think his armor has anything that can handle a disintegrator ray. Remember when the Mandalorian shot a disintegrator at those Jawas and other things, they just like vaporize and turn to dust right away. I think at most he could probably get away from Master Chief, pick a spot, even fly up in the air for a second, get distance, and then just kind of snipe him with his disintegrator ray. If the first shot doesn't get him, it'll hurt him. The second one absolutely will. I'm just trying to say, I think the Mandalorian has a lot of weapons and tools at his disposal, but his fighting style is really what's going to separate this. So let me get to my point number 2, and let's talk about the Mandalorian's combat experience and his ruthless resourcefulness, the double R, if you will. So the Mandalorian, he's been a survivor since he was a child. He was raised by the Children of the Watch, a Mandalorian group, after his family was wiped out. And Din Djarin has spent decades as one of the galaxy's most respected bounty hunters, taking on impossible jobs across scum-filled planets, criminal syndicates, and Imperial remnants, which just means that the Empire at this point of the game, Star Wars, is still kind of kicking around in different forms and what have you. He's fought through through hordes of battle droids, survived an exploding starship, walked away from ambushes by elite assassins, and gone head-to-head with Dark Troopers and Moff Gideon's entire operation, Moff Gideon being one of the major baddies from the Empire remnants and what have you. What sets it apart is his ice-cold resourcefulness. This guy is like a MacGyver of Star Wars, especially when he's under pressure. When the Razor Crest, his original spaceship, was crashing, he just kept on fighting. When outgunned by Imperials, he churned the environment against them, planting charges, using his jetpack for hit-and-run tactics, and improvising weapons on the spot. He doesn't need a genius AI feeding him data like, Master Chief does. He reads the battlefield instantly, exploits every weakness, and never stops moving. Whether it's tracking a mark across frozen wastelands or fighting Force users, the Mandalorian finds a way to win through skill, grit, this pure, his patented Mandalorian stubbornness that the Mandalorians are known for. Chief, Master Chief, he's fought big wars, but the Mandalorian has thrived in the chaotic, dirty, unpredictable underbelly of the galaxy where one mistake means death. And it's that kind of lone wolf experience in fast, brutal, no rules fights that gives him the edge when the battle turns chaotic and personal. Here's the thing. The Mandalorian has way more experience where he's outgunned, outmaneuvered, out physically matched by an opponent or a series of opponents. But because of his experience to kind of scrape by and survive, this is a guy who can win against impossible odds. Now, of course, Master Chief has taken on a lot of people from the Covenant and all that kind of good stuff, or a lot of opponents. But man, he's got battle armor. He's got these weapons. He's a super soldier. Take all of that away, how would he do? In other words, put him in the Mandalorian's shoes without the best. I just think the Mandalorian would survive against the Covenant way better than Master Chief would survive in the world of the Mandalorian. All that's my point number 2.
All right. So let's look at it like this, okay? So when it comes to the Mandalorian's experience, all right, it's impressive, okay? But we got to remember this. Look, it's still built around bounty hunting and small unit encounters, not sustained warfare against extinction level threats. Master Chief operates in battles where entire fleets, planetary invasions, and species-ending organisms are the norm, and he consistently adapts under that kind of pressure for hours or days at a time, while the Mandalorian is resourceful and chaotic, short emphasis on short engagements. Chief's edge is that he stays composed and effective in prolonged, large-scale combat, where mistakes are constantly punished by overwhelming force.
Interesting stuff. All right, let's see what the judge has to say. We're at the turning point. Judge today, I've heard 2 points from both Eric and myself. You've heard 2 points from both Eric and myself. Who do you think is ahead, and what does the other side have to do to pull out the win?
Well, I'm more familiar with the Mandalorian's world, and I mean, you've explained his ruthlessness, which is impressive. But Master Chief, it seems like he's fighting this mysterious force, the Covenant, and he's some kind of somewhat genius. So I wonder, does the Mandalorian have the IQ, not just the weaponry, to handle Mr. Master Chief?
Ooh, so it comes down to battlefield fight IQ. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's an interesting observation.
What's a good IQ, a normal IQ?
Well, if you take like a regular IQ, I believe it's at like 90 to 100.
That's it?
I think so, yeah. But if you take
Aren't we all in the 130s?
I think, well, you've
in
got
this
Eric,
room?
You've got Eric who's in the 160s, the Ironside level.
Thanks, buddy.
You've got Tadeo who's in the 200 and something. I'm a very high IQ person for Canada. I'm at a solid 45. The point is that we all kind of excel in our own ways.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I stopped eating the Play-Doh, by the way, like 4 or 5 years ago. So already that upped my IQ points by like
and
6.
No lead paint? No more lead paint?
I'm working on it.
For lunch? Okay.
Working on it.
We're all at our own, our own
Yeah, we all have our own vices, Tadeo.
Yes.
Yeah, not all of us go to Erewhon every day, That's how I get my fiber and make cool objects, by the way.
That happens. He's a very fibrous man.
Sorry. All right, it's now or never, Eric. Let's see what happens. Hit us with your point number 3.
Yeah, let's see if I can pull it out. So I want to get into...
Why would you look at me in the eyes directly while you say that?
Pull out the win.
Jeremy, did the FCC send us another text? Oh, back. Oh, man.
Yeah.
We're going to have to deal with those guys again, those gals and gals.
We just lost another sponsor. This show is not brought to you by Vagisil anymore.
Oh,
I just want
it
to pull
happens.
out the win. That's all.
Wow. Sorry, kids at home.
Don't worry. Let's get into it. The biggest wins I like to get into and how Master Chief uses Cortana to seal the victory. Okay, so I want to get into Chief's greatest hits list. It's absolutely insane. So he single-handedly prevented the Covenant from activating Halo and wiping out all of the sentient life. He defeated the Didact, a Forerunner commander who was basically a living god, by using Forerunner technology against him. He survived the destruction of the Ark, fought through endless Promethean forces, and has beaten legendary warriors like Arbiter and Aatrox in direct combat. But the deciding factor in this matchup is Cortana. So she's not just an AI. She's a genius level tactical partner integrated directly into Chief's armor. Okay, so some more armor information for you there. Right, so Cortana can literally hack enemy systems in real time, predict the Mandalorian's jetpack trajectories, identify weak points in the Beskar helmet seal, and run combat simulations faster than any human mind. We've seen her shut down Covenant AI, override security systems on high charity, and guide Chief through perfect headshots while he's under heavy fire. So while the Mandalorian is focused on the fight, Cortana is already disrupting the jetpack's guidance, feeding Chief exact targeting data, and warning him about incoming whistling birds before they even launch. So that human AI partnership literally gives Master Chief an insurmountable information and prediction advantage. The Mandalorian is an incredible lone warrior, but he's never faced a super soldier, literally super soldier, who has a super intelligence literally inside his helmet, directing every move. And all that is my point number 3.
Wow, we're taking the AI route, are we? Is that what we're doing? We're bringing that kind of controversy to the Who Would Win show?
Hey, bringing it home, pulling out the win.
All right, here we go. So Cortana has actually been a great help to Master Chief, but it's also shown the way to defeat Master Chief. So there's one element of a storyline in one of the video games where Cortana gets hacked, if you will. Sorry, Cortana. Yes. Yeah.
You thought of
Cortana.
Cortana. I thought it was
fine.
Cortana. And then what happened was them there guys then said they had, do what they had to do. That Jewish fella is not too bad. Okay. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay. Cortana has shown a way, when it got hacked, how to defeat Master Chief. Now, do I think the Mandalorian has the necessary requirements or even the technical know-how to hack Cortana? No, I don't. But does he have something up his sleeve, so to speak, that can defeat Master Chief in the same way that was demonstrated when Cortana was hacked? Yes. So let me talk about my point number 3.
Let's go.
For my point number 3, let's talk about the biggest wins and that little X factor that's going to come into play. So here's the thing. The Mandalorian has stacked up some pretty big victories too, just like Master Chief has. He took down the notorious bounty hunter droid called IG-11. He did that in close combat, survived an ambush by a gang of Trandoshans. To put that into context, Trandoshans are kind of a reptilian species. They're about the size of Wookiees and slightly stronger, is my understanding. And he took out a gang of those. He survived an ambush by other gangs of crazy powerful aliens as well. Survived, a destroyed Imperial light cruiser with nothing but his wits and explosives. Defeated, Imperial officers with dark troopers and the dark saber. And dark troopers, by the way, are probably right now the most powerful version of droids in the Star Wars universe. They're absolutely insanely powerful. He's gone toe-to-toe with the Force users and walked away alive. But here's the X factor. He's got Grogu by his side. And just like Master Chief can use Cortana as an AI to help him, Master Chief, I should say the Mandalorian has Grogu, who is now looking at him like his dad and is going to help him, or family at least, and is going to help the Mandalorian survive anything and everything. So again, let's talk about that. So Grogu isn't just cute, of course. He's actually quite a powerful Force user. We've seen Grogu lift and slam massive objects, stop blaster bolts in midair, choke enemies, and even heal serious wounds. In this fight, Grogu can yank Chief's weapons out of his hands with the Force, create a telekinetic shield to protect the Mandalorian from rockets, or even slam the Spartan into walls and stun him long enough for the Mandalorian to close the distance and get the win. But here's what's really going to happen. So what I was referencing before is this mysterious force hacked into Master Chief's armor and told Cortana to shut down the armor. And what happened when the armor shut down, all that happened is the armor, when it shut down, gets locked into place. And when the armor's locked into place, Master Chief is now in this really weird mini prison because he can't move. If you close and lock the arms and legs into place, Master Chief is completely immobilized. Well, guess what Grogu's really good at? Locking people into place. Could he use the Force to lock him into place, put his arms by, and kind of recreate the conditions Cortana was put under where he gets locked up? Yes. Now, so as Grogu's holding Master Chief in place, lock him in position, even though Master Chief's trying to fight it, it's still going to take him a while. And all of a sudden, that's when the Mandalorian just unloads absolute hell with all of his weaponry, the flamethrower, the whistling birds. He's got the disintegrator. He's got all these things that he can just attack Master Chief with. Or maybe Grogu just holds him in place for 2 minutes. Or maybe Grogu slams a mountain or crumbles something on top of him. My whole point is Grogu has a whole bunch of series of attacks using the Force that Cortana or Master Chief has never seen before, and it's going to take them a while to figure out how to fight it. Now, could they figure it out if they had enough time, if they had prep time, if they had previous knowledge? Yes. But in a battle like who would win style, where they have no idea what they're about to face off, and they're fighting the Mandalorian, and all of a sudden little Grogu's there, and they're just like, oh, that's cute, it's a kid. We'll just, we're nice. We're going to stay away from Grogu and just focus on Mandalorian. What a huge mistake, because baby Grogu, what's he going to do? Protect the Mandalorian at all costs, go on the offensive, use a little bit of fight training, and use the Force to absolutely wreck Master Chief. And if that doesn't work, then Master Chief will finish off the rest. Either way, Master Chief is being held incapacitated for 2 minutes or getting destroyed by the disintegrator. So anyway, at the end of the day, the Mandalorian with Grogu has everything it takes to take advantage of Master Chief's biggest weakness, incapacitate him for 2 minutes, or absolutely take him out using the Force and a combination of the Mandalorian's weapons. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my point number 3.
Well, all right. A very detailed point you made there, and it seems like you're really leaning in on your baby Grogu there, but I'm glad you mentioned that because I got a little response to that. So, baby Grogu, so cute, and yes, non-threatening. It adds unpredictability, okay? But he's still not a consistent combat factor in extended fights. His Force bursts come in short emotional spikes, and they don't hold up well under sustained pressure. So it'll be no problem for Cortana, okay? And also Master Chief. So Master Chief is built for exactly that kind of disruption. He can take sudden impacts, lose weapons, and immediately switch to armor-assisted hand-to-hand combat without breaking rhythm. Once the fight drags on, Grogu's limited stamina and control make it hard to maintain any real advantage, while Chief's durability and close-range lethality keep him firmly in control of the engagement. And that's my rebuttal to your whole baby Grogu excitement there.
I was excited, by the way. There was a lot of excitement there, especially with the disintegration gun that he's got.
Yes.
All right. But none of that matters because it's up to the judge, Judge Tadeo. It's time for you to make a decision. Take us through your process. Tell us the story, if you will, and tell us who wins this battle between the Mandalorian and Master Chief.
It's two primary forces of just battle and bounty hunters and universal saving warriors. So you have Master Chief. He's coming in hot, heavy, and with a rocket launcher, and he's just dispersing this. And Mandalorian, using his jetpack, which is 3-dimensional, flies into the sky and immediately descends upon Master Chief with whistling birds. So you got these two forces, the rocket launcher and the whistling birds, and they kind of negate each other. And it's not an impasse. It's kind of confusing. So next thing you know, all of a sudden, Master Chief is going to just not plummet, but leap into the air, just like he's flying. And he's meeting the Mandalorian kind of almost in space as they both ascend high. And next thing you know, this is where it gets quite interesting. And this is something that we've got to face too in our lives, in our future. So as Master Chief launches into the air and just sees an angle and comes down, is pummeling Mandalorian, it's just kind of an unfair battle. 7 feet, half a ton of power. But then Cortana analyzing the situation, seeing Grogu and this just 50-year-old toddler, feels empathy, feels sympathy, and does not, communicating with Grogu, does not want to see Master Chief destroy and end Mandalorian's life. So Grogu, using the Force and its cuteness as a 50-year-old toddler, actually is able to hold Master Chief incapacitated for 2 minutes and saves Mandalorian from being destroyed, from being pummeled. And this episode of Who Would Win, because of the cuteness, the force, and the efforts of Grogu, Mandalorian beats the amazing, the strong, and the genetically augmented Master Chief.
And there you have it, a brilliant decision. I got to tell you, by my judge today, here's the deal. When I went back and forth with this, and all of a sudden I hear, and Eric, we were talking about this, and you're like, how are you going to deal with Cortana and all that? And I'm like, shoot, how am I going to deal with that AI? That's really crazy. Then I realized if you're bringing in the AI, I can bring in Grogu. That was the only way this fight could be won by the Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. If you put the Mandalorian against Master Chief, I just think the Master Chief has too many weapons and the physicality to take out the Mandalorian. Because here's the problem. We've talked about this before. The Mandalorian in the armor isn't impervious as a man inside armor. He still gets bashed around inside the armor. He won't get destroyed, but he gets hurt and messed up from the force of the blow, and his head gets wrung, the whole thing. But I think if you put Grogu in there and how he feels about the Mandalorian, that's the way the team up can take out the Master Chief, even using his AI. I think your judgment is absolutely brilliant. But here's the deal, Eric, great job on your part. You used the AI, and I had to go use that against you kind of thing. It's kind of like, you've done this to me before. I'm just returning the favor. Tell Legion of Audience, our fan base, how you feel with the decision.
No, I feel this was a great battle, judged by a great judge. I feel that, just as I explained before, that Grogu isn't that, powerful or manipulative for a powerful AI like Cortana. But
let me chime in. I want to add this extra insight. The way to defeat AI is it sensed the humanity of Grogu and the kindness and the goodness. So it worked with Grogu. Not against.
But
that's
AI
heavy.
has no emotions, right?
What's that?
AI has no emotions.
Well, actually,
Cortana does.
But let me tell you, I met with the one of the AI programmers for Google. I was at a Responsible AI conference in Ojai, and she explained to me, Tech with X, that when you program AI, it's actually whomever programs AI, because AI is not sentient. It's somebody originally programmed. So if I'm the first Google employee, I could put in cuteness, resign.
Right.
And that's
if that's what the programmer did with Cortana.
Yes.
And Grogu, I think, just see it as a little weird green thing hanging out with the Mandalorian and just take him out. But here we are. And I'm going to figure this one out and come back stronger.
All right. I mean, you can celebrate with those extra egg rolls in the freezer you had last time when you got the win.
Leftovers?
You guys might have heard.
Leftover Chinese is always good.
It's always good.
These weren't even leftover. They've been frozen since out the factory. Buy them at the local Spartan final.
Yeah, that's Eric's a connoisseur. What can you
only
say?
the good stuff.
Chef.
He only likes the finer things in life,
That's
fully frozen. All right, well done, guys. Great job. Judge Dale, please come back for another episode of Who Would Win.
Always.
Until the next time, where can the Legion of Audience, our fan base, find you?
Well, you can always reach out at Cuerpazo. I'm very responsive. No AI ever. So when you're talking to somebody, it's me. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
I appreciate the acknowledgement. That's very good. Eric, another tough battle. You did great. Came up a little short, but I have a funny feeling you'll be doing great next time. Tell the Legion of Audience, our fan base, where they can find you.
Thanks, bud. You can find me on all platforms at THE Eric with the C Holmes, HOLMES. Let's connect.
Very cool. You can find me on X, aka Twitter, and Facebook by typing in at James Gavsie. You can find me on Instagram by typing in at James Gavsie _MMA. You can also find us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Who Would Win Show. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube by going to at Who Would Win Show. Yes, that's right. Our podcast is only on YouTube. On behalf of myself, Eric Holmes, Tadeo, and the rest of the amazing Who Would Win production team, thank you once again for checking out another episode of Who Would Win. We'll see you next time.